Our first mortgage payment of 2026 is now done. Welcome back, everyone. This is Kat with Financial Fun with Kat. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, my name is Kat, and my husband and I are on a journey to pay off our home in 5 years or less, Lord willing. And we just made our first payment of 2026. I almost said 2025, like 5 times already. So I'm probably going to get this wrong sometime in the video. I apologize now. This month for us marks the first year in our new home. We moved in at the end of January of last year, and we have officially been here a full year. We love it. We made our first mortgage payment back in March of 2025. And our mortgage at that time was $327,900. It was a lot of money. We had a 6.75% interest rate, which we actually refinanced back in October. If you want to hear about that, I've got a whole video all about that and how much it saved us. We now have a new interest rate of 5.5%, and we are still chipping away, hacking away at this mortgage to make sure that we can have it paid off, hopefully in 5 years. Last month, we ended with a mortgage of $285,586.80. We just made our next mortgage payment for January, and we actually had an interest payment that was $1,286.02. For a while there, I wasn't even reporting on interest because we didn't have any because we were waiting for our mortgage to start. But now we're paying interest, and oh my gosh, it's so much. I am really looking forward to watching that number slowly creep down. But that's not all. We paid towards principal as well. We paid in the month of January $5,422.94 towards principal on this mortgage. That is over 4 times the amount we are paying on interest, and that is the only way we're going to be able to get this house paid off quickly. So woohoo for that, outpacing interest, so that's always a good thing, which means our new balance on this house is going to be $280,163.86. Yay! And we have now paid a total of principal of $47,736.14. That means we have paid off 14.55% of this house. Not quite 15%, not yet. That'll be next month. That is okay. But I mean, that's like right there, right? Almost 15% of the house, and we've only been living here for a year, so I'm going to call that a win. We're doing okay there. We're hitting our goals, at least with the house. I'll talk to you guys about something we did last month as well that was not part of the plan at all. Why don't I tell you about that while I'm working on our coloring sheet? God, I didn't forget about the coloring sheet. It's coming. So this week, this month, this year, whatever it is today, we are going to color in 3 more houses on our coloring sheet for a total of 31 houses colored in. So I'm going to go get the camera set up, and I'm also going to start talking to you all about what happened in December. So while I'm coloring, I wanted to tell you about at least one of the big wins, at least big to me, that I had last month. I have to work really hard to keep our food budget under control. I could just spend and spend and spend on food, and our budget for food had slowly crept up. We're a family of 4. We have food allergies in the house, but that's really no excuse to let my budget for food get as high as it was getting. We were actually starting to see between $1,000 and $1,200 a month. I know that's considered average now, but I felt that that was just way too high, and we are trying to be wiser with our spending. And so I hammered that back down in December. We spent less than $750 for the month of December on food, and that's with the kids eating at home. They weren't in school for a lot of that time, and we also ate out. We ate at Zaxby's, Wendy's. We do Subway. I love the Subway sandwiches. I think they're so good. And a little bit of some Moe's burritos during the month. And we also hit up a local place that does some really cool Japanese bowls. And so we did some of that all throughout the month. And so despite eating out, I still was able to come in under budget, under $750 instead of the $1,200 that it was the couple months prior to that. I'm sure the extra food we had in the house helped, but I'm just going to call it a win. I could have easily spent more. So yay for me. I did that. However, that kind of got paled in comparison to what we spent extra in December. It wasn't planned per se. We didn't plan on doing it in December. We had a plan to do this thing. The deadline got moved up because of a few different factors. We installed a system to be able to have battery backup to our house. We've had it in the past at the previous house. We brought the batteries with us. The previous owner would not have appreciated how we had it all set up. So we had undone it because our realtor told us to, and we brought it with us. And we were going to set it up with this house, but we had a couple of realizations that caused us to go a different route and sooner than we initially had wanted to. We had a whole battery system at our old house that was actually about to not have a warranty on it anymore. It was Blue Eddy's AC 300 system, and we absolutely loved it, but it was starting to show some age, and we decided with it not being under warranty anymore, and there is no way to replace those parts because they are discontinued. They've come out with a new Apex 300 system, which is what we ended up going with, but we were able to trade in our old system towards the purchase of a new system. So that was great. That saved us several $1,000s in getting the system set up here. We also had realized that the solar tax credit, which includes the purchase of batteries and the electrician costs to set the whole thing up, was going to end at the end of the year. And we realized that 30% was a lot of money. And in spending some money now, given we were going to do it anyway, it would save us on some of the costs, especially of the electrician. That was a huge part of the cost. And so we spent about $9,000 getting the whole thing set up. But we're expecting almost $3,000 back via our taxes over the course of the next couple of years. But it was definitely not planned. We pulled from our savings account to do that. And I don't recommend that. I don't recommend sudden knee-jerk decisions, but it wasn't really knee-jerk. We had planned on it. It just was much sooner than we had initially wanted to do. So that means because our savings accounts are looking kind of anorexic right now, we are going to have to postpone reinvesting into our dividend account. That's a side thing we have going on. I want to invest about $40,000 total back into that account over the course of the 5 years. But at least for the next few months, I don't see that happening. Maybe if we end up getting a good refund from our taxes or something like that, that can be reinvested, or maybe we use it to build up our savings. I don't know. We haven't decided yet, but it does feel really great to have the battery backup set up. It wasn't really about saving money. This was a choice about just kind of stability. I've lived in areas that have really bad electricity, and that's a safety gland for me. And my husband too. We have a number of reasons. We have some very expensive medication that has to stay cold all the time, and so that plays a role. Anyway, yeah, $9,000 you're not planning to spend, that hurts, and it hurt. But I'm really happy with how it all turned out. Anyway, all that to be said, we made a great deal of progress towards the house. Over $5,400 paid down on this house this month, and a lot more spent. But you know what? It's all going to come out in the end. Sometimes there's expensive times in life. This was one of them. And it's going to be okay. We're going to fill up those buckets again. Things are going to be good. Just feels a little scary right now. I do not like how low my savings account is. So hopefully we didn't invite Murphy. We'll see. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here and listening. If you're still here, as a reminder, you are a gift. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit subscribe, notification bell, or just leave me a comment. Say hi. Let me know you're watching. Tell me how stupid I was for spending that much on a battery system. I can handle it. It'll be all right. You guys, I just want to remind you, if you're here, you are a gift. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.